What is up, everybody? In today's video we are going to be fixing up the E36 M3 so that we can sell it. All that in today's episode. My name is Ryan. This is Project Race Car. Let's get into it. So this is my 1995 E36 M3 that we are getting ready to sell, and the two things that it needs before it's really ready to post is tires and new brakes. The tires were all dry rotted when I bought the car. The fronts actually ended up going flat when I brought it home. And then a couple of days ago before I left for vacation, the rears ended up going flat as well. So here's a video of how bad they were. Oh, you can see here just how much it's bulging out of the side and cracking. And this isn't even, oh my God. So you can see just how messed up these tires are, and we now got new tires. And perfect, we got brand new tires. I went with Falcon. They're actually really affordable, and they actually end up being really good tires. They're good all season. And again, they're very affordable, so it's perfect for this car. And when I was driving the car, whenever I would brake, it would start shaking the steering wheel, and that's from a warped rotor. So the rotors are too thin, they got too hot in some parts, and so they ended up warping. So fixing the brakes and having brand new brakes and brand new tires are something that the future owner doesn't need to worry about, and so it will be more appealing when they actually buy the car. So without further ado, let's start on these brake rotors. So the car was sitting for 4 years prior to me actually purchasing it, and you can see how just damaged these brake rotors are, and they're very thin. So in the trunk we have new brake rotors, and we will be able to bust these things out. So these floating rotors should actually be pretty easy to do. I went ahead and already loosened the set screw. So we will get the brakes off and then go ahead and pull this brake rotor off. I would highly recommend using a torch when taking out the set screw and just really roasting that thing. It ended up helping out a lot to get this set screw out. You can see just how rusted that was in there. I'm super excited to sell the E36 because that means that we can buy a turbo kit for the E30, and we are gonna make that thing super duper fast. I went ahead and already ordered the turbo manifold, so that is coming, and then I'm working on getting the turbo kit and everything sourced together. And then I also ordered everything to replace the rear end for that. To pull off this caliper, we are just going to go on the back, and there are two 15 millimeters, and we are going to pull that off, and then the brake caliper should come off. Total, the brake rotors were like 250, so nothing too crazy. So the rear brakes have a much thicker sidewall than the front brakes. So we'll grab these two, this one and that one under there, and start putting these on. Alright, I already hit the other side with brake clean. Now we just get that on there, nice and good like. Perfect. Now we'll make sure that this thing is good and tight and nice and stripped for the next driver. So you want to torque this to 90 foot-pounds. That way the next driver can't get it off. And we'll just have to put the two 15 millimeter bolts back in behind here, and then the caliper is on and the rear brakes are done. Now that both of the rear brakes are done, we can throw on the wheels with the brand new tires on them, and then steal the jacks from the rear and move on to the front. So brakes are obviously really easy. So with a little bit of YouTube magic, we are going to, boom, just like that, we are all done with all of the brakes. So we are gonna throw back on the wheels and get this thing back on the ground, and then we are gonna take it for a nice car wash. Once we get back from the car wash, we are going to get ready for actually posting it and getting this thing ready to sell. That way we can get some extra cash and start working on the E30 and giving that car attention. I know that that has been kind of just going on in the background, and it's been quite obnoxious, so I'm glad that we can actually, wow, the sun just came out. I'm glad that we'll be actually able to start working on the E30 again, and we will be kind of rocking and rolling with that. Also, for anybody who has a low car and has the jack in the middle, make sure that you have something on at least one side so that it raises it enough so that the jack doesn't damage the front bumper. This wasn't me, this was the previous owner or somebody previously who owned the car. Destroyed the bumper, so don't do that. You guys can see how just smooth this car is running, and it's running at 500 RPM, but it's just nice and steady, very smooth, and it sounds good, it sounds healthy, it's really a good car. It's just, I could definitely just use this money for the E30. It's fast too, at least in a relative standpoint. If I was keeping the car, I would definitely replace the suspension. It's just way too stiff, not in a good way. I think it just has stiffer springs on it. Like stiffer lowering springs, and it just makes it really not a fun drive. Coilovers would do wonders for this car though. We can now see how dirty it is, so we are going to get this thing washed and looking good. I'm still kind of in shock that I actually got this car for 2,800 bucks. That is still a crazy good deal. But now all I have to do is just make it home, and I will get some good photos in the parking lot, and then we will be able to write a nice review on this thing and post it on the marketplace, and hopefully we'll get a couple good deals, a couple people interested. So I'm gonna post it for a fair price, not cheap but fair. Now we're just gonna take some photos and get some nice shots. This thing is really pretty. I'm sad to see it go, but it will be good and worth it. We'll likely be buying an E36 in the future, maybe not an M3, maybe just a 328. I think that they are fun cars, but the M cars are just too easy to flip to not take it up on that opportunity. So I will likely own another one or an E46. I really like E46s. That's what I started in, was a 2000 328i. So for now, we enjoyed this car and enjoyed the interior and cleaning this thing up, but it will be good to get it to a different owner and actually get this thing flipped. But you guys know the deal. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you guys are as pumped as I am to get the turbo kit for the E30. But until next time, my name is Ryan. This is Project Race Car. Have an amazing day. Peace.